What is up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today's video is going to be a review, or as much of it as I can review, of the Generation 3 Oura ring in the gold color. I'm wearing it right now. I'm going to be taking you through what the unboxing was like, what the setup was like, coming from the Gen 2 ring to the Gen 3 ring, and then my thoughts on the thing as I've had it now. But before I dive into that, make sure to hit the video with a like and subscribe if you're not already. If you're new to the channel and you're finding me just through this video, my name's Alex Rosen. I'm a personal trainer and online health and wellness coach here in New York City. I'm a big Oura ring enthusiast, and I've reviewed the Gen 2 pretty in depth. And if you haven't seen that, I'll link that right up here so you guys can watch that video if you're interested in the Gen 2. But today is going to be all about the Gen 3. And there's a lot to talk about here, and it's not all good. So let's dive in. So if you're upgrading from the Gen 2 ring, you'll notice right off the bat that the box design is a bit different. I actually have them both right here. This is the Gen 2 box. This is the Gen 3. Really, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It's just the boxing. But some people really enjoy the unboxing stuff. So I'll go through that unboxing right now. And as you can see, when you open it up, you're greeted with the ring just like you were with the Gen 2 ring. It's just sitting on the charger there. Just nice, clean, open display here. I will say that the charger is identical as far as I can tell to the Gen 2 charger. So if that's what you have right now and you're curious about upgrading, just about everything seems to be compatible. I actually charged my Gen 3 ring on my Gen 2 ring charger when I was setting it up. Now in the box is the usual stuff. You'll see you've got the little quick guide setup and then the safety and information booklet along with the USB-C cord and the charger with the ring. So pretty pared down box in general. In a weird way, it reminds me a lot of like the AirPod Pro box, but that stuff doesn't really matter because we're here to talk about the ring itself. Now, I will say that when I got the ring, I was a little nervous about what would happen in the transition. If you're watching this, you're probably into tech of some kind, and anytime you're upgrading your tech from the old version to the new one, whether it's a new iOS, Android update, getting a new laptop, you always have that fear of like, what about all my stuff? What about all my data? Is it all going to be screwed up when I do this? And luckily, Oura made this very seamless. I have to say, hats off to them. The transition from the Gen 2 to the Gen 3 was seamless. I screen recorded the entire process, and I'll have that running up here so you guys can see exactly how to do that and all the steps that you need to know in order to set up your new ring from your old ring. Now, some of the footage from the screen recording, mainly where the firmware update is happening, is fast forwarded a bit because it took a while to update the firmware and all the rest of it. But the ring came about 60% charged, so it didn't take a while to charge. I was able to pop this thing, like I said, on my Gen 2 charger and just let it charge as it was updating the firmware, and all of that was very seamless. As you'll see, it was just a matter of just tapping a few buttons on the screen. Now, I will say that I am an iOS user, so if you have an Android phone or anything that runs Android in general, you might have a different experience than I did, but for iOS users, pretty seamless setup. I had no issues, no like real fear of losing my data. I backed up my data, which I would recommend you to do as well if you're setting up your new ring, just in case. You never know what's gonna happen with these things, so back up your data. And then I factory reset my old one before setting up this new one. The other nice thing about the setup is that I was worried that when I plopped this ring on my finger and I updated the firmware and everything, that I'd be just completely starting fresh and all my scores from the night before, like my sleep scores, my readiness score for the day, and all the rest of it would be lost. And in a nice touch, and I didn't expect them to do this or for it to do this in general, but it kept all my scores and all my data. It even had my activity data, as little as that is, because I'm recording this in the morning, but it kept everything. It kept my heart rate, it kept what activity I've done already prior to setting up the new ring, kept my scores from the night before. So it was as seamless as it possibly could be. So hats off to Oura for this. And I really am singing their praise here at the start of the video because, like I said at the very start of this video, there's some things that I'm not happy with. And that's really, I think, what I want to talk about in this video. Because the reality of the situation is this. I am recording this video at launch, and I love Oura. I've loved the company. I've loved my experience with the company. They've been great. Like, they DM me on Instagram and stuff. Have a good, I would say, open dialogue with the company. And I've always appreciated that. That being said, they botched this. Like, their release of this product was bad. And if you're watching this as someone who owned the other rings and has been in with the drama around this stuff, that stuff needs to be pointed out, and I think it's important. Because the launch around this new product and this ring that people have waited years for and have been very excited for from a company that like we as enthusiasts in the community have like grown to really know and love, we're definitely let down. First and foremost with the membership thing. Now it's worth noting that I have a lifetime free membership to Oura, and that's because no other reason other than I had the Gen 2. I wanted to say also, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I do have the lifetime upgrade because I upgraded from the Gen 2 as a previous user to the Gen 3. A lot of people who may be seeing the Ring for the first time, or you're watching this video and you want an Oura Ring, you may be like, whoa, membership, this thing costs $300, $400 if you want the gold one. Why am I paying to get my data? And that's the thing, you are paying to get your data. It would have been one thing if they introduced the $5.99 a month membership and all that unlocked was all the guided meditations and that type of superfluous stuff that I would reckon to say most Oura users don't actually use that often. It'd be one thing if they wanted to charge us on top of the cost of the hardware for that type of stuff. But as it came out and the launch was further just kind of miscommunicated, it became pretty clear that you won't have access to all of your personal data unless you pay that subscription fee. Now, like I said, that's to anybody buying the Ring new. It's not to anybody who is upgrading from their old Ring. But we'll get to that. Because those of us who have an old Oura Ring that may want the new one have until, I believe, November 29th, 2021 to buy the new Ring to be eligible for that lifetime membership. So they put a window around the ordering time where you could upgrade for free, which essentially is kind of putting your boot on the neck of people who have long supported the company saying, hey, we appreciate you and we're gonna give you this lifetime membership thing because it'd be kind of bad of us to not, but by the way, you gotta make a decision pretty damn quickly on it or you're gonna lose that opportunity. And that's not cool. That's not like a good thing to do to people who have supported and bought your product for years. And the reason that this is doubly disappointing, and this is why I wanna emphasize that I am reviewing this Ring at launch, is because the Ring is not complete at launch. The amazing features that I was so excited for the Gen 3, the blood O2 reading, the workout activity tracking, if you're a female, the full, period prediction capabilities, all of that stuff that was really interesting and feeling really groundbreaking for Oura is not available at launch. So essentially, the company put a mandate on users to pre-order this Ring by the 29th so that they would get the Ring before the Ring is fully capable of the features they market it as being able to do. And that's not right either. I'm a big video game person, and maybe you're watching this too, but this whole situation reeks of when a big video game developer pushes you to pre-order this like extreme version of a game, and then the game launches and it needs like 3 months of patches before the thing is even playable because they've released and made you pay for an unfinished product, which frankly, that's what this is. And I would have felt more comfortable with Oura pushing the release of this Ring until 2022 when they felt confident in the software capabilities of the technology they were implementing in the new Ring. Now, I get that like they want to get this out before the holidays and they have money to make and all the rest of it. And it's not like if you have the Ring now that you'll be screwed and you have to wait and the thing is totally useless until these features get added. That's not the case at all. This is still the amazing health tracking Ring that I reviewed in the Gen 2 with some extra bells and whistles that are super exciting. But it's hard to look past these huge issues at launch because the things that most people would want to upgrade for, like the activity tracking, the real activity tracking, which was one of the biggest complaints I had about the Gen 2, the workout tracking and all the rest of it, the blood O2 sensoring, which is amazing technology, you don't get at launch, but you're being forced to make the decision on buying the thing for the new capabilities on the Ring before they're actually implemented in the software. You understand what I'm saying here? Not a nice move by the company. And I know that I'm not like the only enthusiast out here that feels this way. I know they've come under a lot of fire for this, but I don't want to leave that out of the review and act like everything is rosy and fine. That being said, at getting the Ring at launch, there are still better capabilities to the thing. There's the extra temperature sensors, which is going to make it even better to detect things like the period prediction stuff if you're a female, if you're getting sick, all these things, if you're, possibly becoming pregnant or anything. Like, those capabilities are in the Ring at launch, and that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. Now, like I said, it's worth noting that the period prediction stuff is only if you're on iOS. Android users have to wait until 2022, I believe, until that feature is available. But those features are still in there. The other big thing it does, which is great, is the daytime heart rate tracking. You know, it's not the full activity workout detection like we were hoping to get at launch. That is coming, but being able to actually get a real-time look at your heart rate during the day, whereas on the Gen 2 you had to take a moment to get that data on your HRV, your heart rate, and all the rest of it. This has that daytime heart rate tracking, which is a great feature to have on it. And with all these capabilities in the Ring, the big thing is sleep, okay? That is why most people buy this Ring, or at least bought previous versions, how it performs with sleep tracking. And with all the data that they've put out, and they've published the papers for you to read if you want to actually see the science and the data behind the accuracy of the Ring, I believe they're touting 98% accuracy with the sleep staging compared to like a actual sleep study device that would be used in like a medical lab setting, which is incredible. But one big caveat there, although the hardware is there in the Ring for these new amazing sleep capabilities, which I'm sure will be a little bit better at launch, the new algorithm that they're toting for this better sleep detection doesn't come out until 2022 either. Now, it may seem like I'm just dragging the Ring and dragging the company, and I really don't want to, and I don't mean to, but I'm really just calling a spade here. The Ring launched incomplete. People were forced to upgrade the Ring if they wanted to have any type of discount for it before these features were available in the Ring. And that's kind of the big thing that's overshadowing this. Now, I'm gonna re-review this Ring in full when all the new features are available, and we'll go and break down the new features and see how they work and all the rest of it. But aside from a new app interface, better temperature detection, and the daytime heart rate and that type of stuff available at launch, the Ring is not what it was marketed as, and it won't be until, as they say, early 2022. So it is November of 2021 as I review this Ring right now, and if I were to be completely honest, I am a little disappointed. I will use the Ring, I will keep it on, and I will take all the data from it just like I did with the Gen 2. But is it gonna feel like a brand new, amazing product like the Gen 2 did? No, because it can't fulfill the capabilities that it said it was gonna have until next year. Now, if you plan on upgrading anyway and you have the Gen 2, then do it before November 29th so you don't get screwed out of a bunch of money in the long run. Because I do trust the company to get these features out and to roll them out. I'm pretty confident in their ability to do that. They've shown no other reason as to why they wouldn't be able to put these at the same level that they are marketing it as. You know, the Ring has blown me away in the past, and I hope that the Ring blows me away in January or February of 2022 when all these new features that we're excited for are available in the Ring. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, make sure to hit the like, comment down below whether or not you're gonna be getting an Oura Ring, your thoughts on this whole debacle around the Ring. And if you're not already, make sure to subscribe so you get weekly health, fitness, nutrition, all the rest of it, actionable things for you to implement in your life from me on this channel. I appreciate you guys all immensely, and I'll catch you in the next one.